Ready to go, Steve? No, it's not. No, no, you're live right now. I say so. I say, all right, here we are. Motor City Cornhole ACL Regional for March. Board 1 action, open division singles. We are down in the elimination bracket for this one. Steve Gray, Lance Davis. Finishing up their down and back here, and then we're going to get rolling. And now that he is officially here, Tall Guy officially in the building, still yet to ever be on a live broadcast. Our deal still remains the same. If Tall Guy can manage to get to the finals in his division, we will bump the open division off of board 1, and we will bring that game to you live so Tall Guy can get on a broadcast, because he's never going to play open division, so you're not going to see him up here. I believe he is playing advanced. He's going to do singles now. He's going to have advanced doubles a little bit later on. Oh, and Ryan Majewski's going to be his partner for doubles. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch. As we get into this one here, Steve Gray on your left in his ACL Pro jersey. Oh, good airmail there to finish the round. Nice little 6-6 wash. Lance Davis there in the black and green Stoned Brothers jersey. He's going to be throwing the black and white BG Wizard L's. So he lands that one deep and right on the board. Steve, of course, still throwing those Siva Apex Serpents that you saw him throwing earlier. Lance trying to get Steve to miss by placing that block in front. Steve just goes up and over, and now Lance, with that miss on the collect, still gives up 2. Steve with an opportunity to pick up 4, but decides, 2 is enough. He doesn't want to be greedy. And I understand that. While we're getting started in this game, let's take a quick look at our bracket. And again, this is an elimination bracket game. So if we go up to the winner bracket, on the left side, we have the semifinals in the winner bracket set. It's going to be Jack McKinney versus Chase White. Over on the right side of the bracket, Tim Jr. already sitting, waiting in the semifinal match there. He is looking to play either Jeremy Scherdermorhorn or Jace Fleischer. That game is up on board 4 right now. Jace up 10-9 over Jeremy. Winner of that game going to go on to play Tim Jr. So it's quite a few games to go here, especially down in the elimination bracket. We're going to be bringing as many of those games as we can as we work closer and closer to the finals. Good back there from Steve Gray to clean up the front of that hole. Oh, misses that one. Long opportunity here for Lance to get on the board. He does. First points of the game for him. Oh, no, I'm sorry. One of our scoreboards, either theirs or mine, are off, and I think it's going to be ours here on the screen. That should make it 6-1, not 6-3. There we go. There's the adjustment. First points of the game for Lance. Puts up that blocker on the left side. Steve's going to step out, try to cut around it. Does a beautiful job. A little bit of a bully. Make it difficult for Lance to get it. And he just sits next to it there, knocking Steve's bag in. Steve content to, he's going to sit behind it. There's going to be some work to do. He's going to make Lance do it. Beautiful fast side push there. Collects one of his two, but also knocks his other one further right, making it even more difficult to grab. Oh, Steve misses that push. Lance is sitting on 8. Steve Gray looking to extend his lead. Ooh, goes airmail, misses and ends up giving one up. All right, now that we're getting a little closer to our competitive and advanced division starting, the house is really starting to fill up here. Ooh, Steve tried with the push and misses off the back, shaking his head, upset at himself. Ooh, Lance tries a little cut collect, ends up bunching up in front. Steve sits behind. Fast side again for Lance. Ooh, ends up knocking one of his in, but bouncing off to the left. Sitting 8-on-5 now. I'm sorry, 8-on-2 now in favor of Lance. Steve slides in. That's going to give 3 more points to Lance. Ooh, that bag rung around the back and finally fell. Ooh, but Steve misses his fourth, going to give up 2 more. And the lead 7-5 or 7-6 now. Lance over Steve Gray. Ooh, 2 bags off deep right for Steve. Just right of the hole in the backside. Going to give up 4 more. That's 6 points in 2 rounds he's given up. So Lance up 11-6 now, heading into round 9. Good bag for Steve Gray. They just sit side by side. Going to make this collect difficult for Lance. Oh, he gets some of it. I don't think he was trying a little cut collect there. It just did not go anywhere. Oh, Steve knocks one in, but one off. Going to give up one more there. Give a big, heavy breath, a little bit of a sigh as he walks by the cameras there. You can see the frustration starting to build up in him. Just these little misses here and there, and they're slowly starting to build up. There's another one there off right. That seems to be where he's missing right now. Lance follows him over there. And this is, again, this is an elimination bracket game. So the winner of this is going to move on. The loser is going to be done for the day in singles. So Lance bounces off his Wizard L there, sitting on The slow side bounces off it the first time, catches it the second time, and Steve again an opportunity to get out of that round with a wash, but ends up hanging on the left side of the hole. Just not able to finish, going to give up two more. Oh, good bag there from Lance. Really boxes out Steve's bag on the right there, making it very, very difficult to ever get that bag to collect while blocking up the front of the hole. Going to force Steve. I wouldn't be surprised if you see an airmail here from him. There it is, although it bounces off the back, doesn't fall. Lance is going to go slick side. Ooh, hard at it, just misses. Steve misses again, bounces off the board. Lance again misses with his push and ends up going off, sitting 2-on-1. Lance over Steve Gray right now. Steve with a pretty clear shot at the hole if he can go in here. Oh, instead goes off. A 2-on-1 that round, giving Lance now a 15-6 lead. Not very often, especially in the open division, you're going to see that many bags off the board. But man, when it falls apart, the wheels really do come off, don't they? Let's see if these guys can get it together here for this round. Lance in for a 12. Steve looking to follow, and he does. There we go. From a 2-on-1 to a 12-on-12. And as we head into round 13, let's do a quick PPR check. Probably should have done this before they threw the ones and the twos last round. Lance throwing an 8.5. Steve Gray a 7.75. Ooh, that back off right for Lance. Opportunity here for Steve to try to get back in this game, pick up a couple of points, get that first bag back. And he does capitalize 12-on-10. First bag off right for Steve again when he misses today. That's been where his miss has traditionally been in the games we've been able to see here on board one. Ooh, Lance came at that hard. A little too hard, ends up going off the back. Opportunity here, depending on what Lance does with this, how many points Steve Gray's going to get. He's going to pick up. Going to pick up just one, a 10-on-9. Good blocker there from Steve right in front of the hole. Oh, I think Lance tried to bounce over that, ends up kicking it too far left. Not out of play, but very, very difficult to grab that bag from that angle. Steps way out, ends up clogging the hole, sitting on top of Steve's bag. Steve goes to clean it up and misses again, misses right. Both players, one left, one right. Lance with an opportunity to go in here. We could have gone in for the wash. Instead, went up and tried to collect that bag on the right and missed. Ended up giving up three, 15-12 now. Game keeps getting closer and closer and closer. You let a professional like Steve Gray hang around long enough. Even if he does throw a 1, you're going to give him a chance to come back. You got to, well, you have an opportunity. You're up big. You got to close the door. Lance is going to go fast side with those Wizard L's. Who ends up getting the bag on the board in, but misses the one in his hand. Steve's going to fall him over to the right side there, but not out of play. Oh, he tries, it gets a piece of it, but not enough. Lance follows through on that right side, ends up giving up 2 more. Miss out to the right there for Steve Gray. See if Lance can take advantage, wrestle control of this game back. Whoa, that barely hung on to the front of the board there. Lance knew it as soon as he let it go. Ooh, and that one just barely sneaks in the backside of the hole for a 10-on-10 wash. I think Lance got very lucky there. That bag just smacked the front of the hole and ended up sitting right in the dead spot there in the center. Just a hair less on that bag, and it's off the front of the board. Block there from Lance. Maybe a little too far left. Steve can get around it and sit in front just like that. Making that bag very difficult for Lance to get now. Now he's got one off the back as well. Not off the back board, or just off the back of the hole. They're sitting on the back of the hole. Good collect from Lance. Steve in for his 12. Lance looking to go in to only give up 2. Oh, instead ends up giving up 5. Goes off the back of the board. Giving up 5 points. They're giving Steve Gray 19-15 lead. Heading into round 19. And once again, just because you're up big early in a game, like Lance was against Steve Gray here, it doesn't mean that you're going to win that game. You have to hold on when you have that opportunity to really knock somebody out. You have to take advantage. Lance lets Steve hang around, and now all of a sudden he's 2 points away from being done for the day in singles. Steve in for a 12. Lance has to have the bag in his hand and the one on the board in the hole. Oh, when he does, that bag just barely fell in. Manages to stay alive for another round. Oh, great bag from Steve. That one's almost better than in there. Forces Lance out to the left. Steve now just one bag away from closing this one out. What a comeback it was. So much fun to watch. There it is. That is going to do it unless some sort of miracle happens and Lance can get one of Steve's bags out of the hole. I don't know if I've ever seen that. No, but that's going to do it right there. Stephen Gray taking down Lance Davis. Steven moving on. Lance done for the day in singles. I'm sure we'll see him again later in doubles, but for now, that's going to do it. We'll have another game for you coming up here in just a few minutes. Hang out with us.